Hello and welcome to Fast English 360 Stories, where you enjoy tales that make you laugh, touch your heart, and at the same time, improve your English. Today's story is called The Mango Seller's Secret Recipe. It is a story from the heart of India about an old mango seller whose fruits were sour, but whose heart was the sweetest of all. A story filled with mystery, little acts of kindness, and unforgettable lessons. So let's begin. It was the peak of summer. The hot wind blew through the dusty lanes of a small Indian town. The bazaar was alive with sounds, bicycle bells ringing, children shouting, vendors calling out their prices. The fragrance of masala chai mixed with the smell of frying pakoras from the tea stall. And in one corner of the busy market sat Ranjit, the old mango seller. His baskets were always full of golden yellow mangoes. They looked tempting, shining under the harsh sunlight. But here was the mystery: his mangoes were never sweet. People often complained, "Ranjit's mangoes are sour, very sour." And yet, his baskets emptied every single day. By noon, there was never a fruit left with him. Other fruit sellers shook their heads in confusion. Their mangoes were sweeter, juicier, cheaper. Still, customers kept returning to Ranjit. One curious little schoolboy once asked, "Uncle, why do people come to you if your mangoes are sour?" Ranjit only smiled and replied, "That is my secret recipe." Nobody understood. A recipe for mangoes? What could that mean? His competitors grew restless. They whispered among themselves. Maybe he adds sugar syrup at night. No, maybe he charms people with black magic. Or maybe he cheats them with low prices. One jealous fruit seller, Shamlal, decided to spy on him. That night, he crept behind Ranjit's small hut. Through the dim light of a lantern, he saw Ranjit cutting open mangoes, tasting each one and sighing. Some he threw away. Some he carefully placed in a basket. But then came something strange. Ranjit sat at a wooden table, took out a pile of torn papers, and began writing notes. His hand shook with age, but his words were steady. One by one, he folded the notes and slipped them into his mango baskets. Shamlal's eyes widened. What is he doing? Is it magic spells? The next morning, the mystery unfolded. A woman bought a basket of mangoes. When she reached home, she found a folded paper hidden among them. It read, "Thank you for trusting me. May your children always laugh like the summer sun." Her eyes filled with tears. Her youngest daughter had been sick for weeks. No one in the market knew about it, but somehow this note felt like a blessing. Another customer found a note that said, "May your business grow. May your hard work taste sweeter than sugar." The man had been struggling to keep his shop open. Those words gave him hope. He smiled and said to himself, "The mangoes may be sour, but this old man is sweet." Word spread quickly. People began to say, "Don't go to Ranjit only for mangoes. Go for the blessings that come with them." But that wasn't the only reason people loved him. One rainy evening, a poor rickshaw puller came to his stall. He looked hungry, tired, and empty-handed. Ranjit asked gently, "Why so sad, brother?" The man whispered, "My children are crying for food. I have no money today." Ranjit quietly filled a basket with mangoes and pushed it into his hands. The rickshaw puller shook his head. "I can't pay." Ranjit smiled. "Who asked for money?" "Just promise me you'll feed them with love." "That's enough." The next day, the rickshaw puller returned with a shy smile. He had only 1 rupee, but he placed it in Ranjit's hand. "Your mangoes were sour, uncle, but my children said it was the sweetest meal of their lives, because it was given with kindness." Not everyone was convinced, though. One day, a wealthy landlord arrived in the bazaar. His arrival was like a storm. Servants around him, gold rings on his fingers, arrogance in his voice. He shouted, "Old man, I hear you sell sour mangoes with sweet lies. Give me your best basket." The market fell silent. Would Ranjit's secret fail today? The landlord bit into a mango, made a face, and spat it out. Ha! Sour, just as I expected. But then he noticed a folded paper tucked inside the basket. He opened it and read, "Sir, not every fruit in life will taste sweet. But when we share kindness, even sourness becomes a memory worth keeping." The landlord froze. Something in those words touched him deeply. People were watching. He cleared his throat, and for the first time, a small smile appeared on his proud face. "Maybe you are right, old man." From that day, the landlord quietly became one of Ranjit's most loyal customers. Time passed. Every note Ranjit wrote carried hope, blessings, and kindness. Some notes were funny, making people laugh. Some were wise, guiding them through struggles. Some were personal, touching wounds that no one else could see. Later, the same schoolboy returned and asked, "Uncle, tell me the truth. What is your real recipe?" Ranjit chuckled and said, "Child, sugar melts in the mouth, but kindness melts in the heart. That is the only recipe I know." And from then on, people said, "Don't miss the mango seller's stall. His notes taste sweeter than fruit." The moral: kindness has the power to turn bitterness into sweetness. Even when life feels sour, a kind word can change everything.